of life when we don't understand it. You see, so it's important for us to go back to the roots and start from the basics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we change the way that we think, then we'll change the way we behave. And it's becoming culturalized for us to not give a damn.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we don't know how to take care of them. We don't know how to communicate with them. We don't know how to educate them because we're not.
Exactly. And that's a problem too. Like the way I grew up in discipline, first of all, let me start by saying we didn't disrespect our parents.
Absolutely not.
No way. We didn't have no conversation. Whatever was said, the parents' word was the final word.
That's
there
right.
wasn't no back and forth. If you wanted to be disrespectful, you better take your tail outside, around the corner, down the street, somewhere out of earshot, and talk your mess then. You didn't say that in your parents' face. You wasn't going, no, I'm not going to do that. No, we're not going to do this. It wasn't that. And then it damn sure wasn't no police coming to the house telling the parent, oh, you can't whoop your kid.
No.
Man, I get a whooping in front of the cop, and the cop just be like, you know, that's just how it goes down around here.
Well, for me growing up, like, it was a whole entire culture. Like, if I messed up, I could be 10 blocks from my house.
Yeah.
Before I make it to my house, I done got my butt whooped 3-4 times.
Exactly.
True story.
Yeah.
Exactly. And with that being said, a lot of it starts with the parent,
Absolutely.
too. Like, if you know your kid out here messing up and somebody corrects your child's behavior, the first thing you want to do is attack the grown-up.
Right.
You don't talk to my MFing kid like that. Look, man, I just told him he shouldn't be out here doing that, or she shouldn't be out here doing that. I remember one time I took my daughter to the movie theater. She was probably about 10. She's 31 now. Took her to the movie theater in Kansas City. And I think I was going to go get some popcorn or something. And you know how the movie theaters got the double doors that you got to come in and out, and then before you go into the main theater. Well, I happened to go out. And thank God I didn't have my daughter with me when I was walking out to get the popcorn. But as I opened up the door, some little boy had some little girl bent over in the hallway. And they were having sex in the hallway where people are walking at. Man, as a parent, I immediately stopped that interaction and walked their asses to security and told them, hey, call their parents because this is what was going on. Wow. And, you know, if more parents get involved instead of thinking that's not my business, right. Even though it is a scary thing now to get involved with kids today because they really they'll fight you, they'll shoot.
Well, that's because of the ignorance of the parents.
Exactly.
Because they haven't learned
They haven't learned themselves.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. Because if you don't start at home instilling respect issues in your children, it's going to spill out. And then you can visit them in jail or whatever. Now, that may not always be the case, but there are circumstances. And when I say circumstances, I mean some kids are just angry for no reason, or they might have a reason, maybe for the fact that there are absent fathers in the home.
Absolutely.
I mean, you've been raised. How many kids you got, man? How many kids you raised up? And even the ones that are not yours, just throw them in there. How many have you raised up? And this is what men do. So I asked that question to prove my point.
Probably about 20.
20. That's a village. And the man raised 20, I mean, physically got in their asses if they was doing wrong.
Right.
You understand? And that's how that goes. So many guys be like, man, that ain't my problem. That ain't my responsibility. Or the mama tripping. Always, you know, there's two sides to every story. And I heard that so much. A woman can trip, but there's things you can do to negate those circumstances.
Let me say this. See, when being a father, I believe, it's not necessarily taking control of their lives. It's important for them to understand who they are themselves. So just because I'm a father does not mean that I have the authority to dictate their lives. However, I'm going to direct their paths. You see what I'm saying?
That's a difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference. So I'm going to help them understand this life the best I can. But I can only do it to the best of my knowledge. You see what I mean? If I don't know anything, how the hell am I going to teach my child something?
Right.
So, you know.
And that says a lot right there. That says a whole lot.
Yeah.
And with that being said, what about you? I mean, what do you see a father as? Your father's around. What do you see? I mean, he's here.
I'm not a daddy.
I mean, but you know, how would that have affected you? How does that affect you? Because you grew up in a single parent home.
I did.
As I did. So,
But I mean, it was kind of different with me because I did grow up in a single parent home, but I had my grandma. Like, I mean, where I lived, my neighbors would get on me. Like, but I wasn't a bad kid, you know. I had my daddy in my life, but I didn't live with my father.
right.
So he stayed in contact with me, like, you know, we would write letters and talk on the phone and stuff like that because he lived in a whole nother state. But yeah.
But the way you were raised was morally right.
Right.
You can see it now.
I was raised by elders. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm completely different.
Absolutely.
Like, I love elderly people
Right.
because to me, I see wisdom, you know.
There you go.
And a lot of people don't look at elderly people and see wisdom. They see them as they're in the way. I look at them like they have so much knowledge to provide us. Like, I want to know little things. How were the gas prices back then?
Chance in the galley, yeah.
Like, how did y'all
Missed
survive?
that.
Where did you work? Like, I mean, what type of knowledge did you gain from your grandparents? Like, I always ask those questions. So you would see me around my great grandmother, my grandmother, on both sides. Like, I stayed in their business, but I mean, I was the kid that they just always talked to as well because I was quiet.
Yeah.
So they would just tell me so much, and I learned so much. I learned to listen first and then speak.
Well, that's what's going on nowadays with these kids today. But we can't just blame the kids, y'all. We cannot blame the kids because some of these parents are trying to be their kids' friends.
Right.
And that's where the problem go in at. Because your kid might come home thinking you supposed to be like Mikey's parent up the street who's like their friend. They smoking weed and drinking liquor together in the garage. And then your kid come home cussing at you, hold on, man. Hold on, partner. I'm about to knock all your fronts out your mouth because you got the wrong one. I'm not your friend. Let's be real clear. And I've had to tell my kids this more than one time. I'm not your friend. I don't joke with you like that. What I say is what goes.
So we're talking about kids. We're talking about parents who befriend their children. Like, I see moms where their daughters are their best friends.
There's a limitation to the friendship. Rather, you can be your child's friend, but you have to limit it. We're not gonna go out here and start fights together. We're not gonna do that because, like Kareem said, it's our job to guide our children, right?
Yeah.
I grew up real hard, but I'm not gonna tell my kids to be like, "Hey, man, y'all need to." Excuse me, hold on, guys.
That's interesting because I also really
Always, every
grew
show,
up
yes.
hard, and for me, I don't want my kids to go through what I had to go through. I don't want them to experience it, and the best thing to do is to direct away from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Show them something different.
Show them something totally different. What do you think?
I agree with Shauna because I grew up.
Of course, she's a woman.
Here we go.
You know, hey.
Here we go.
But I grew up too with both my parents and both my grandparents, so I was involved with all of them. And I was taught morals at a young age. You know, I was taught how to cook, how to clean. Some of these kids now don't even know how to, you know.
And it shows today. Is my point.
Yeah.
It shows a person who was raised with morals. You know what I mean? Pride, self-respect, dignity, and a slight education. That doesn't mean we have to be scholars, but we're slightly educated. At the end of the day.
Yeah, and the justice system is broken because
always have been.
They will give your children the wrong impression of what they can and can't do.
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna get a little personal. Just the other night ago, we were told by the police that our 18-year-old can live here as long as he's in school, regardless of what's going on. Yeah, regardless of what's going on. If I'm telling you that this kid is being disrespectful, and you telling me that he gonna live here, like I said, okay, he can live here, but I tell you what's gonna happen.
Okay, we're talking about a kid or an 18-year-old?
An 18-year-old man.
Young man.
18-year-old young man. You know, generally he's a good kid or a good man, but he's getting confused. And we've done what we can do as parents. But when you start trying to get your parents locked up, man, for something we ain't done yet,
Good Lord.
that's a problem.
Yeah, it was really an issue
That's
in
a
real
problem.
life. It's really too fresh to be talking about right now
Yeah.
if we're going to continue the show. So let's just talk about general things.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't even shared this with Tasha and Kareem yet, okay?
Yeah,
Let's
we
talk
ain't
to the
said
people.
that. I was
Let's
scratching the
keep
surface,
rolling.
man. Let's scratch a little surface.
Gee,
Because
hey, cousins, how
at
y'all
the end
doing?
of the day, the
I'll talk
police
to y'all
will
about
give
it later.
the police will give your children the wrong impression though, and what they can and cannot do.
Yeah.
I guess their discrepancy is not what our discrepancy is, and that is where we have the disconnect in the village at. Because if I tell you no and the law is telling you yes, then what can I do? You see what I'm saying?
It's just like when they go to school now. Like
If they
there's
go.
no discipline. Like it's especially if there's none at home.
Yeah.
How do you expect your child to go to school and be disciplined in any way?
That's true.
And a lot of times it's the discipline that helps guide them.
Yeah.
So we have to discipline them, whether it's, I'm not talking physical discipline, beat them down.
Right.
I'm talking about guidance.
Yeah.
You said with a little discipline sometimes, don't get it twisted. Sometimes you gotta, do a little forceful discipline.
Right.
What if they don't know? What if people don't know about what you're saying right now? What if people don't know that what you're saying, guidance, and discipline, or, that those are two different things as far as guidance? Give them an example, or give us an example of a situation where you had to guide one of your children. Because, like, I know you personally, so, like, I have seen you, like, literally in all of your children's lives, which blows my mind. Like, out of a lot of people that I've ever met in my whole life, you are one person that I can genuinely say is a father figure. Like, and I totally respect that.
Yeah, he's so much a father figure. He try to be a father figure to us sometimes.
You know what?
Straight up.
I can appreciate that. But
Yeah.
for me to be a father, I don't feel like, we deserve praise and, appreciation for taking care of our own children.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, we should not be you've been taking care of how many kids for how many years?
Yeah.
Has anybody ever said, I think that's so wonderful of you?
What if we haven't seen it though? What if it's rare? Like, the type of father that you are is rare, and I'm
It
just letting you
shouldn't
know
be.
from it shouldn't be
No.
but from the outside looking in, the type of father that you are is rare, and I just want to
Wow.
let you know that you. I mean, everybody that sees you and everybody that knows you, I know they already know this. And maybe you just don't, maybe you don't get that.
Well, I
you
just don't
need
think that I should be praised in any way for taking care of my own kids and the village.
Well, maybe you should.
And
maybe
And
you
the
should-
village as well. Like, I help a lot of kids, like
You
at the
do.
end of the day.
You do.
And I'm going to continue to do that because it's the seed that we plant
Yeah.
in them babies, like to help them become who they should be.
Yeah.
Now, with that seed, it can plant. You can plant a seed in a child, and it'll grow to be full of destruction, hate, anger. But you can also grow a seed in a child that it can grow to be something very prosperous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so we have to be consistent in their life. At the end of the day, consistency is the key, I believe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with that being said, I mean, when you are out here and you see, let's say you see a kid out here doing something, do you approach that kid or do you just leave them be if they're out here doing something they know they ain't supposed to be doing?
It's a touchy situation because a lot of times nowadays you can't go up to nobody's kid and say nothing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
The
But
kid,
what
yeah.
you can do is help the situation. See, a lot of times I involve myself in stuff, and my wife will tell you, she be like, "Baby, that ain't got nothing to do with you." You know what I mean? But I see the destruction.
Yeah.
Right.
Young brother, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young
He
brother,
will
don't
say
come
it.
on, man. Don't
For
do your
real.
mama like that.
Yeah.
Are you talking to your grandmother like that, man?
Man.
We don't do that, brother. You know what I mean? So we have to give them some type of insight. Otherwise, they don't know.
That's true.
The
See,
same.
to be ignorant simply means you don't know.
That's true.
That doesn't make them bad people.
But brother, I don't think it's that they don't know. It's just they
They
just
don't
don't
give a-
care. Because I've always said this.
I believe the parents didn't care.
The parents didn't
care.
Exactly.
The kids, I believe, don't know.
The saying, respect is earned, not given, is true to an extent. But a lot of kids are taking that and running wild with it, saying, why should I respect you? I ain't. But here's where it's true at. We've lived on this earth. We've done everything that you're doing.
Right.
We've been through that. And when we try to tell you something for your good, your own good, and you take that and throw it in our face, that's where it comes in at. You're not respecting us, even though we've earned our respect already. You, as a child, are trying to change our opinion of you and the actions that you're doing out here in the streets, not the other way around. Because we've already done it. We've been through school. We've gotten jobs. We've taken care of families. We've done everything that you will do eventually if you live long enough. And that's where the problem comes in at with the respect is earned, not given. Because your elders don't have to give you respect, but you have to earn their respect.
Absolutely.
You should give your elders the respect right off the bat. And that's just what that is. So with that being said, as I was saying, a lot of this is happening too because of young mothers going out. And we back to the opening conversation that some people just don't, they cringe every time I talk about it.
Me,
But-
some people.
Yeah. And I don't even know why it affects, I mean, I guess you know a lot of
It
people
takes
that's been
two.
there.
Yeah,
It takes two, but at the end of the day, they don't teach safe sex anymore in the schools. They act like AIDS don't exist or syphilis or herpes or all these STDs, they don't exist no more. And if they do catch it, they act like it's no big deal. But at the end of the day, there's worse things to worry about than just getting pregnant. You dig? Your life is on the line every time you do this. Your life is on the line.
Let me say this. This is a really, really touchy situation,
Yeah.
a touchy subject.
Yeah.
See, what you have is,
Give it to us.
you have, I'm going to be brutally honest, like,
Go
at
ahead.
the end of the day, like my wife says, it definitely takes two. However, I believe that the woman has so much power over the man. Listen to me now.
I'm listening.
The
More
woman,
words.
the woman can change the way a man thinks. The woman can change the
This is
way
true.
a man behaves.
Absolutely.
Let me give you an example. If women begin to say, "Boy, your pants is down up under your," that don't look. That is not. You look gay. You look stupid.
He gonna cuss her
really,
out.
You look stupid.
Yeah.
Now he might cuss her out, but the very next day, I guarantee you, his pants will come up.
upstairs so you get whooped.
I guarantee you, the very next day, his pants will come up, which means that a woman has a lot of power. You see, and the man a lot of times thinks with his wee wee.
Mm-hmm.
We think with that.
Did you say we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I said it. I said wee wee.
I was wondering
I
which
said
word
we-
you was going to
I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know how to use it.
It's
but,
okay,
you know.
friend. We go
Yeah, but
with
we think with that.
Yeah.
So it's important for the woman to use her power the right way.
Yeah.
Hey, this is what we gonna do. You're not sticking your thing in me. You
Right.
know, then you go get a job. You go to do something positive with your life to help me and you.
Right.
Then maybe I'll give you a little something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that you know, I've
that's
always
just
said
my
that.
view, sis. That's just.
But
my view.
I share that same view because at the end of the day, why do men kill each other? A lot of times it's not for what they try to say, it's over a woman. It's
Or-
always over. It started back in Helen of Troy's days.
Yeah.
The whole war was behind a woman. And it continues on today. Oh, that's my woman. First of all, fellas, let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't own nothing. That woman is her own woman. If my wife went out and cheated on me tomorrow, I would be devastated. But I'm not going to go out and start a war about it.
Start killing.
Unless
shoot
you
her.
take something from her that you wasn't given, then that's a different story. But it takes, like Sister Tasha said, it takes two to do what you do. So if she was even in a situation for that to even happen, I can't be mad at the brother. I can only be mad at her and me. But it is what it is. Vice versa. Women out here fighting. Our sisters, our beautiful black women are out here fighting over these knuckleheads. Niggas with no jobs, can't take care of nothing, but you in the streets fighting over these boys.
It's because everybody is emotional. A lot of people
No.
will be physical, but
Mm-mm.
they don't think to take care of the next person's emotions.
Emotion, you better use your head. Get out of your emotions because that's how people get get they throat slit, they face
Well, it's kind
slit.
of difficult to tell a woman
Yeah.
to get out of her emotions.
And a man,
I
if he had
understand,
it
man.
right, you understand what I'm saying? And a man, if he had it right.
Hell, it's right, but I mean, you got to be a man. If you gonna call yourself a man, be a man. Stand up right. Be strong. Listen. At the end of the day, I love you, babe. But if you was to go out and do something, there's nothing I can do with that other man. It takes
That's
two.
Absolutely correct.
It takes two.
But what are we talking about?
I'm talking about being a man. We standing up, right? I'm setting an example for other young
I
men.
can't
Like,
rehearse.
do not get in your feelings, because two things are gonna happen. Some mother's gonna lose her son. Well, two mothers are gonna lose their sons for one, because one of y'all gonna go to the penitentiary,
Right.
and the other one gonna be dead. So is it really worth it? Because now you locked up. She's gonna, if you don't hurt her, she's gonna be on to the next man.
We
It ain't
always
gonna be no
said
waiting
that
situation.
There are three things that people get into it about,
Well,
and that's
see-
money, jealousy, and women.
Yeah, you said it's pussy.
I mean, in our conversations,
It's
you know,
pussy,
we
yeah.
always say that it's three things that people really go to jail about. That's money, jealousy, and
Pussy.
and
I
women.
agree with that.
And you know, people say that you shouldn't worry, you shouldn't put your emotions into it, but emotions are involved in the first meeting with somebody, right? And when you
Yeah.
first meet somebody, you have a physical connection. Well, you may have a mental connection with them, and then if it becomes physical, then you're still emotionally attached.
Right.
That's any human.
Well-
If I just met you, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And if you have a scent on when you're not around me, I'm be like, "Oh, such and such smell good. I remember you because I remember the scent. I remember
Hey,
your name.
you
I
ain't gonna be
remember your
remembering.
face."
Hey, don't be
I'm talking
remembering
about
nobody
just-
else's scent. Now, when I walk by, that's the only scent you need to remember.
Emotions.
I'm not
Emotions,
finna have it.
brother.
I ain't gonna have no ish like that today.
Listen, I'm gonna remember your Irish Springs. Let's just keep it rolling. Let's just keep it rolling.
Sean,
Let's keep talking. 'Cause what are we talking about here?
talk about fathers standing up, man. Like,
Okay.
say, man, and if you are a man, do not, for the love of God, don't go and get some girl pregnant because she's pretty, and you know you can't take care of this baby. Don't do that. That's not okay, because how am I going to get you pregnant and then you had this baby and I got to ask my mom or my daddy for some diapers? That's not being responsible, my man. You putting responsibility out on somebody else. You don't even have a place to stay, but you out here having babies.
Right.
You can't do that. I mean, you can, but it's not feasible.
But the laws have changed now. So, say for instance, there is a man and he just loves a woman, right? There's a couple, they are just in love. They've been together for 5-6 years. They decide to have sex. He may not be in the best place in his life. She might not be in the best place in her life, but they're in love.
Then they might not need to have sex then. That's how I
But
feel.
who
I
are you
mean,
to tell them not to have
I'm just
sex?
saying, you
And
got
then
to
the
control
law
your
tells,
hormones.
listen, and then the law tells them that they have to keep the baby. So now what?
Yeah, they
So
really
who are you
messed
to
up
complain
now.
about a situation that the law has stated that this is going to happen, regardless of your situation, this is going to happen. So now you have to just deal with it.
And that's why you need to keep it in your pants, fellas. I'm telling you, if you don't want these problems, because you will get stuck with it. And then as soon as you are on your feet in a position to take care of yourself and you and this woman ain't been together, now comes the big bad wolf called child support.
Man, we were talking about some
it's important to
positivity
think about all that. However, I think, for me, this is my personal opinion. I think childhood brings manhood. For a lot of young men, I think that, because especially young black men, we're not that heartless to where we really, truly don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Most of us really do.
Right.
We just don't know how
Yeah.
to, direct our lives. And I think that's where we come in,
Yeah.
to help them really understand,
Teaching our kids, even when meeting somebody, just communicating your thoughts and, what you want in life, not just jumping into bed and getting busy. Now, I get it, we do what we do, but it like I said, it does take two. If you spin them kids out, what you think's gonna happen?
Yeah.
You know, that's you're probably gonna get a baby.
Yeah.
But I just want to let my husband know how much I admire him. He's such a good father, even to my kids. So I really appreciate him because, like you say, it's rare. It's very rare. I hope we can all get to a better place, but this generation is just different. And it will take men like you and Kareem to, start supporting the youngsters and us as women, getting with our ladies, and let them know that you more than just opening your legs. Because it all, like I said, we're never going to be able to get rid of emotions. That's something that God gave us.
Right.
But we can learn how to control them.
Absolutely.
And we can, as women, we just need to know our worth. It's a lot of women, I really feel like, just don't know our worth. It's pretty much how they were raised, if you don't have that mother or that grandma teaching you how to do things, take care of yourself, clean up after yourself, then you're going to bring all those dirty habits with you as an adult. So you're not going to know how to cook. You're not even going to know how to bring peace to a household, period, if you're not taught how to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Girl,
Definitely
you smart.
appreciate it.
You so smart.
You so
Definitely
is
appreciate it.
What
smart.
about you? What do you think, babe? You want to say something?
I just got through talking.
You wasn't saying nothing, though. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, man. I love you.
Jeez.
So yeah, shoot. Listen, I want to hear from. What do you think, brother? Yeah. He say yeah. Every time we get a studio audience, they don't ever want to get involved.
Never.
They sort of say,
Never. They don't want any daggers.
Oh, they say, all right, ain't it? All right.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on to the next part of the show. Very special performance by none other than Mr. Kareem Rashid as he gets ready to go on over there and set up the stage.
Okay, y'all. So, you already know how this goes. You gotta go to YouTube to see this performance. Love you. Bye. Yeah, they never get to see anything.
Yeah.
I make them
I
go
need my
over.
stage light.
Oh, I got you. Like everything. One moment. This camera falling all over. Are we pausing?
Yep. That ain't it. Yeah.
You gonna turn this light on or no? This ain't for the
I don't know what she
second.
doing. She
Listen,
got it.
sis. This don't work.
Unplug. Who unplugged?
I don't know.
Did you do this?
Can I come downstairs?
Nope. Well, yeah. Come on.
Mommy, come here. I need something to say that.
Yeah. Hold on. We got some difficulties going on, but I got you.
This is enough light.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
We want to thank everybody for showing out tonight. This is my original song. called Father Stand Up. Basically telling dads to stand up and take care of the babies. You have enough. Take care of them. Let's go, bro.
Gotcha.
This one's for the fathers. For the wonderful mothers. Thinking about where you're from is like where I've seen many things, been there and been back. You need not worry about the next man's life. Grab a book, that's the game, cause you're missing the whole thing. Time that we change our lives. See, let's evaluate all our rights and our wrongs. And let's see which one weighs the most by the end of this song. Go do the right thing and learn as much as you can, so you can show these babies something throughout this crazy land. Fathers, stand up. Fathers, please stand up. So all the fathers stand up. Yeah. Fathers, please stand up. Fathers, stand up. Fathers, please stand up. So all fathers stand up. Yeah. Fathers, please stand up. Growing up in the streets, I can't see a little man each time. Seeing things I should have never seen or knew nothing about. I cannot change a whole history, but I can do the right thing. Teach my kids every turn they're teaching me. I'm not a preacher or a teacher, man, simply the dream. But I've seen enough wrong in my life to know exactly what we need. We need the men in our lives. Stand up, let's make shit right. Don't be a coward all your life. Take care of the kids. So Father, stand up. So won't the Father stand up? Yeah. Father, stand up. Yeah, that's right. So won't Father stand up? Yeah. Listen to this. Get your mind out in the game, stand up, don't be ashamed. It's your child taking the loss, cause you need to be the boss. Show the mothers what you do, cause that child was made by you. It's not easy, and I know, but at least I'm on the door. Stand up, fathers. We have to change the way that we think, so we can change the way we behave. It's all about us. It's about the man in us. It's about the father in us. Structure your children. Learn from the past, from your elders. They showed you what to do. Stand up, be better men. Be better fathers. Stand up, fathers. One time, Karina Drake.
All right, all right.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Father, stand up.
Hey.
So everybody stand up. That was Mr. Kareem, the Dream. Rashid, hey, y'all check him out too, man. Potato Dreams, man. They got the best potatoes around here. Y'all need to check that out, man. Matter of fact, come and tell them where they can find you at, brother. Yeah, come tell everybody where they find you at. Because when I tell you these potatoes is the heat, man, ain't nobody messing with this guy.
Yeah, they also call me Mr. Potato Dream. We got the loaded potatoes. You can get them loaded with the brisket, chicken, shrimp, sausage, queso, the veggies. They all come with butter, cheese, sour cream, bacon bits, and jalapenos if you want them, along with that dream sauce. But the catch is, I sell some of the biggest potatoes you've ever seen. The big boys. And I sell the best food you've ever had.
Yep.
So that's where you want to go. Potato Dream. You want the loaded potato? Come holler at us.
Where can we find you?
Well,
Mr.
we're
Dream?
actually mobile at this time, so we're actually doing a lot of delivering. So, yeah, we'll put the menu and everything on the website. Y'all see what we do.
Where can we find your music, Mr. Dream?
Well, I'm on YouTube, I'm on everywhere. I'm on every social platform that you can think of. It's Kareem the Dream. I've got a few CDs out there. You can look me up under Kareem the Dream. You can find me there on any social platform.
Instagram.
Not to mention performing around town too.
Oh yeah, we're everywhere. I'm performing also with the Last Minute Band. You got my girl Zipporah. You got Freddie Bozas and myself. We're an acoustic group, so we do acoustic music. And yeah, we're working.
When's your next performance, Mr. Dream?
The next performance is, I believe, the 22nd. It's the 22nd. It'll be in Frisco, Texas. So for more information, look on the website. I'm sure you can find it on King Legend Entertainment. I am a part of King Legend Entertainment. I've been a part of this for some years now. So I do a lot of acting as well. Music and everything. So we appreciate everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I heard it right there, man. Mr. Kareem the Dream, one of the best actors, singers around town. Y'all check him out. And Hitters, which is Hitters Inc. on YouTube, King Legend Entertainment Group channel. Check him out around the way, all around the way. Like you said, Frisco on the 20, what was that again?
22nd.
Last Minute Band in Frisco, Texas on the 22nd. Check out the information on the King Legend Entertainment Group page. Hey, I want y'all to stay tuned as we continue this show. Keep supporting us, man. I appreciate that. And also, don't forget about the Yummy Yoni. Yummy Yoni spas for the lady Jonis. Go check her out in Grand Prairie.
Yes, the
That's one
bomb.
of our sponsors. Yeah. And yeah, we done, man. Hey, peace out. See y'all next time. Done. Sorry.